What's up, everyone? Check it out. I've made more adjustments to my tier list. I broke down the versatility rating to show each of the factors that contribute points to it. Additionally, I've reduced the max points for versatility from 5 to 3. Originally, I had 2 out of 5 as a base for every hero, with 3 factors adding points: PvP, bossing, and Crusade. There was little point to having a 2 out of 5 base aside from matching the max points to the other ratings, so I had no issue changing this. The reason I broke down the versatility rating is because of feedback I received about the tier list relevancy for PvP. As I already have a PvP meta team video that does the bulk of my explaining, this chart will be a better quantitative visual aid for people who want to know which aspects of the game that each hero is good for. While I was breaking down the versatility points for every hero, I realized that I gave points to some heroes who should not have received the points or did not get updated. Additionally, I used to be lenient for the bossing points by giving multi-hit heroes a point for their use in the Yggdrasil Mimir boss fight for experience items, but I am no longer considering him when I give a bossing point for the hero. Let's go through the list. Aphrodite went from a B+ to a B due to a loss of a bossing point. Apollo went from a B+ to a B due to the loss of a PvP point. Ares went from B to C+ due to the loss of a PvP point. Artemis went from A to A+ due to a gain of a power point. Cassandra went from B+ to B due to the loss of a bossing point. Chiron went from A to A+ due to a gain of a power point. Daji went from an A to A+ due to the gain of a PvP point based on my experience. Dionysus went from A to B+ due to a loss of a PvP point. Freyr went from B+ to B due to a loss of a Crusade point, again based on my experience. Gangjang and Moye went from B+ to C+ due to a loss of PvP and bossing points. Hattori Hanzo is the same tier, but his power rating went from 4 out of 5 to 5 out of 5 and lost a bossing point. Lucifer went from A to A+ due to a gain of a power point. Nakakanya went from B+ to B due to the loss of a bossing point. Odin went from A to B+ due to the loss of a Crusade point. Pandora is the same tier, but her survival went from 3 out of 5 to 2 out of 5 and gained a PvP point. Sun Wukong went from A to B+ due to the loss of a bossing point. Typhon went from S to A+ due to the loss of a Crusade point based on my experience. Zeus went from B to C+ due to the loss of a PvP point. Here's the updated result. If you have any questions, I would prefer you to ask in the Mythic Heroes Discord server so everyone can help you, not just me. Thanks for listening.